Well, hey everybody. I think it's about time for another channel discussion video. Now, unfortunately, I have been struggling to try and make one of these. In fact, I did record one this morning, but like usual, I don't have a script when I go into these things. And I sort of drifted off topic, got a little pissed off, so yeah, I'm not going to upload that version. It's weird, because considering I don't have like a general idea of what to stick to when I do these videos, I sort of just drift off into space or something and start talking about something entirely different. So for this video in particular, I'm going to try and be a bit more streamlined, but more straightforward. And let's hopefully not deviate from that path, shall we? Right. So yes, I did make a community post a little while back. What day was it? It was 6 days ago, actually, regarding how to do uploads. Because at this point, I have been recording a bit more, and I had a whole bunch of things like ready to be uploaded, like prep to go. And at that point, I wasn't sure how to really upload them exactly. Because at that point I was putting out two videos each day at 8 a.m. my local time, and then I made this post like saying like, "No, what do you guys want? Should I just stick to two new uploads each day, or should I just put them out there whenever I'm done with them?" And the general consensus was that yeah, I shouldn't leave things like hanging, waiting to be uploaded and published if they are finished. So yeah, I listened to that feedback. I've published all the things that were set to go at that point, and from here on out, I am going to just film things, get them ready, and just put them out there as fast as I can. So thank you all for that, feedback for that. And also, I would like to say that, yeah, at the moment I am doing two series at a time. I do feel that's better, that works out better, because I'm not focused on too many things at once. I thought maybe three series, but then, I feel if I just focus on two, then I could just, like, go back and forth between them. I won't, like, lose progress, like, focus, I mean, excuse me. Again, I always struggle to make words when I do these videos, I'm sorry. Again, boils down to I don't have a script. So yeah, if I do two at a time, I don't like deviate from one game for another game too much. I just go back and forth and they'll get done a lot quicker. I do realize both of these games right now in current series are RPGs, specifically JRPGs, but at the moment they were requests, and I am trying to get requests done. Yeah, believe it or not, I get a lot of requests from viewers like, can you play this, can you play that? And I am trying to accomplish them as best I can. In fact, there are a lot of personal projects I really want to work on, and they've just been on hold because I get so many requests and want to do those first. Like, what personal projects? Well, as you know, I did the Fear series. I did Fear, Fear Files, which was the two DLCs for the first game, and I did Fear 2. Now, I do own Fear 3. I think I own it physically for the PS3, or the PS3 physical version, but I haven't been able to play it yet because I've just been so wrapped up with doing all these requests. Not that I'm saying that's a bad thing. I do like that people seem to like the way I commentate and like, yeah, can you play this and give me that same style of commentary? So that makes me feel good. On the flip side, though, having so many requests makes me feel like I'm neglecting certain people. Because obviously, if I do two series at a time, and if the games do take longer or shorter, whatever length they take, I can't get to another request so easily. So I do feel bad for people who have to wait for something. I have tried to balance them out as best I can. Of course, recently I did Resident Evil 6, that was a request, so again, I am getting to things as quick as I can. I know I've been held up since I mostly stopped doing daily uploads back in June of 2021. That's because I started like feeling ill for a number of different reasons. And I've only started to feel better like after a year later, believe it or not. It's just crazy. I mean, I have so many health problems, it's unbelievable. It's pretty much why I'm considered disabled and can't work and have all this free time to focus on the channel anyway. So yeah, I do think two series at once is fine. Also considering that they are JRPGs, they are going to take quite a bit more time than something like a FPS campaign. So I'm trying to work on these as much as I can. Obviously, I don't want to like push myself too hard, like just stress and obsess over all this. So I hope everyone understands that. And pretty much people have said that, yeah, your health's more important. Your mental awareness is more important. Don't push yourself. So thank you all for that. I also did change my channel banner. I wasn't really fond of the one that said Supreme Gaming Content. Because basically, yeah, I'm more of a calm type of person, which I'm pretty sure everyone has noticed by this now. I'm not more of the eccentric types like Markiplier or Jacksepticeye. So yeah, I feel more along the lines that I do chill gaming content, more relaxed. I do if there's something that excites me during a game, I will act appropriately. Or if there's something very sad, I'm not going to hold back tears or anything. I have cried in several videos I've done, actually, by the way, on the channel. So I definitely feel chill more applies to my personality than Supreme. And by the way, I did do this banner all by myself. I know it doesn't fit the screen when you're on desktop, but it does fit the screen, I believe, if you're on like a cell phone. So there's that. I mean, I could stretch it out a bit more, but that would mean it wouldn't look right on a cell phone, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't reconsider the banner that important anyway, but yeah, I made it. I think it looks decent enough considering my limited skills. Alright, and also I want to take this video to discuss possible growth strategies. Now, I know the saying, or like some spin on the words, the definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. I'm not sure the exact like wording of that, but I am familiar with the saying. Like, if you want something to change, you gotta change the way you're doing it. You can't just do the same thing over and over and expect that to change on its own. Yeah, I get that. Trust me, guys, I have looked at growth strategies. Although more often than not, the things I see that are highly rated, they just repeat the same generic stuff. Like make a custom thumbnail, organize your channel into sections. Like, yeah, I've done all that. Doesn't seem to be doing that much. I do feel I deserve some leeway considering I do gaming, and no, gaming itself on this service is so oversaturated, it's unbelievable. Meanwhile, if I was doing something that was very high production, that would take me like a week to do one video, yeah, I can understand that being more popular. But I'm not doing that. I'm doing gaming because I don't really have any film editing or technical prowess to do something more advanced. I mean, sure, maybe I could learn. When you see like fancy edited videos, I'm just not capable. At least I don't feel I'm capable of learning the complex nature of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like fancy overlays, zoom ins, crops, like explosions. I can't do any of that. I don't know how to do any of that. This is why I stick to gaming, because I don't feel like you really need to add that stuff for a gaming video. I feel they're good enough on their own. I mean, sure, they might add a bit more pizzazz to the video, but overall, I don't feel that they're really necessary. I think they do distract from the core experience a little bit, but that's just me. If you guys like it so much, so be it. I mean, I'm not trying to judge here. I have noticed kind of a bunch of discrepancies with the analytics. Again, not that I'm complaining, guys. Whatever happens, happens with my growth. But as you can see here, this is the home page, right? Where my channel is. It says 627. Now we're going to go to my studio. Lo and behold, look, it says 624. Now, normally when my sub count changes, these two things are in sync. The channel page and the YouTube studio page. I've also noticed very recently, like just the past few weeks, my sub count has been really all over the place. I'll go to analytics to show you I'm not kidding. So this is my sub increase and decrease. As you can see, it's so weird. Like every time I seem to gain a sub, I seem to lose two, or something to that effect. Now, again, I'm not complaining, guys. If you are really dissatisfied with my work, I don't want you to stay subscribed if you're not happy, or if I do something distasteful or just not focusing on stuff that you don't like. I mean, granted, I think only one person throughout my history of doing this has left a comment saying why they're unsubbing. And to be frank, that was kind of a petty thing they did regarding their reasoning, but I'm not going to go into that too much. I mean, sure, I would like if someone would say, like, hey, can you try doing this first instead of just, like, unsubbing? But again, it's you have the freedom to do whatever you want. I'm not going to say you have to say sub to me if you did sub in the first place. No, I'm not saying that. You're well within your rights as a user on this platform to sub and unsub to whoever you want. But why it's happening all of a sudden, I have no answer for that. I really don't. And this is just like the past 2 or 3 weeks this has been happening. Normally I would lose a sub here and there and gain more subs than I lose, but lately it's been more losing than gaining. Now, is that related to anything I'm doing recently? I'm not sure. I really can't say that for sure. Because if anything, I've been uploading a lot more. So I am trying to appease everybody regarding the requests and everything. But if I'm doing something wrong that you guys just find so distasteful or whatever, like, fine. I'm not saying you have to say sub to me. I'm just very curious why it's happening now all of a sudden. Because if it is 624, like last week I was at 632. Now, why is there such a huge drop off? I don't know. Again, looking through the comments, I don't see anything that like says like this is why I'm unsubbing or anything. Again, not that you have to like give reasoning behind this, but whatever. I just think it's kind of odd that it's happening now all of a sudden. I mean, I have no answer for that. As far as growth strategies go, yeah, I did look into things, and they just don't seem very helpful. They just seem very generic, or just stuff that doesn't seem to make any sense at all. In fact, I saw a vidIQ article, which is like a growth service on this YouTube. vidIQ, VIDIQ, by the way. And the article said you should only play one game. I shit you not. I shit you not, guys. It said to grow your channel to its best efficiency, only play one game for the channel. Like what? You call that's the first thing you say in regards to your killer advice? Just play one game? I mean, maybe I could see that if it was something very broad, like PUBG or Minecraft. But I'm not that kind of player to just play one game. Especially if I'm going to commentate and use a webcam. I'd be incredibly bored very quickly if I did that. And plus, I would only appease to whoever that game like appeases to. Whereas if someone wants me to like do an FPS or an RPG, and I'm only doing Battle Royale, yeah, it's going to turn off a lot of people. So I don't understand why they would put that number one and their advice on how to gain attention through gaming. Because I just definitely don't agree with that. As for why people don't sub in general, I don't have an answer for that either. I know some of the critics of me pretty much said like, oh, well, you're not telling people to sub, that's why they're not subbing. I don't agree with that either. Because when I see people, like, it doesn't matter what kind of content they create, if they're like a cooking tutorial or like a top 10 list, when they say, oh, yeah, please subscribe, it really helps, or like, smash that subscribe button, that turns me off entirely. It really does. Like, I will subscribe to any channel if they make content I like and are active. Like, I wouldn't subscribe to a channel I like that hasn't uploaded anything in 5 years. But as long as they make an attempt to, like, stay active and like make stuff I like, yeah, sure, I'll subscribe. I mean, granted, I can't be sure that I watch everything they do, simply because I am subscribed to so many different channels at the moment. So yeah, considering I'm running my own channel as well, I don't really have a lot of time to watch other creators, but I will spend the time to tune into something if it interests me. And by the way, I'm not kidding about that. All my subscriptions are public, by the way. I don't hide my subscriptions, so yeah. As you can see, they're all here in alphabetical order. Actually, let me just go a bit slower. Yeah, these are real subscriptions I'm subscribed to, guys. And as you can see, they're not all entirely gaming. Just go through that real quick. So even if I can't watch everything they do, yeah, I stay subscribed to them just as a sign of support. Because really, the amount of channels I am subscribed to and the amount of like new content they put out, it's pretty much impossible for me to keep up with it. But hey, I stay subscribed as a sign of support, like I said. If I can't watch everything they do, so be it. I mean, if I can't watch them at all, so be it. I just want to stay subscribed to them regardless. Now back to the analytics. So, okay, so I would like some feedback in regards to perhaps how to grow. Because obviously, whoever subscribed to is currently subscribed. You know, they found my content, they liked it, and they subscribed as a means of support. So I've been trying to think like what I could be doing differently. Because I've had many discussions with these so-called experts, and they're not really helpful in the long run. They pretty much criticize everything I do, saying, oh, you're doing everything wrong, that's why you're not getting anywhere. At the same time, they don't offer any promising advice on how to get somewhere, you know? I mean, they always boil it down to presentation, like your thumbnails and your titles. Yeah, I understand making titles and thumbnails is very important to attract attention. If I didn't make any custom thumbnails or just very basic titles, I can understand that being ignored tenfold. But the fact is, I haven't changed. I have improved my style a lot since I started. In fact, I had to learn how to make thumbnails on my own, because obviously I don't have an editor for me. It wasn't very easy. It was not easy at all. Figure out how to do to figure out how to do the designs I'm doing right now. I know they're not the most eye-catching, but at the same time, I don't like clickbait thumbnails. And you guys know what I'm talking about. When someone puts their face in the thumbnail and doing some exaggerated expression, like if it's a scary thing they're doing, they'll look scared. If it's a sad thing, they'll look sad. If it's a funny thing, they'll look humored. I don't want to market myself like that. And more often than not, when I see like a small channel doing that, I click on the video based on their expression in the thumbnail, and lo and behold, no. Their attitude in the video is complete opposite of how they're representing themselves. I'm not kidding. I was like, I don't really want to name shame channels, even if they do deserve to be shamed, so I'm not going to go into detail who these people are. But you know what I'm talking about. They look all super excited and energetic in the thumbnail, and then when you click on it, it's like the exact opposite. I just don't like that as a tactic. In fact, I have gotten comments in the past saying, yeah, I was more attracted to your work because you're not doing the clickbait style. Also, same thing with titles, excuse me. I'm not doing the super clickbait titles, like all caps. Like, when I see someone do a title in all caps, that I get turned off immediately. Also doing some weird clickbait thing like, oh, you won't believe what happens in this video. It's usually just a means, a ploy, a cheap ploy to get people to click. And I don't want to advertise myself like that. But you can see right here in the analytics, I do get a fair amount of views. I got almost 4,500 views the past 28 days. So that shows, across my 3,000 videos on the channel, yeah, people are clicking on them. They're attracted to it for whatever reason. They either they get recommended it or they search for something that I've done. My results come up and they click on it. So it's not just that I definitely don't feel it's the thumbnails that are holding me back here. I could be wrong, but the fact I get this, like almost 4.5 views across my library, I mean, yeah, it shows people are interested. It doesn't matter how I present myself. I present myself, or at the very least, I present myself decently enough to attract attention. And the same goes for watch hours. And by the way, not that I really care about monetization or anything, but going to the monetization tab, I have the watch hours. I mean, 4,000 watch hours within the past 12 months. Yeah, I've actually held on to the 4,000 plus for about 2 years now. I think in 2020, like February or March of 2020, I crossed that threshold, and ever since I've held on to it. Granted, it has been a bit droopy because I was in the 5,000 range, like I think last year, but whatever. I still never dipped below 4,000. The only thing I'm really lacking is the sub count. It's not at that 1,000 goal yet. But again, it's not the biggest deal if I can run ads. Of course, yes, I am fully aware. Even if I cross that threshold, even if I get approved, because it's not automatic, I'm not going to make that much money with just 1,000 subs viewing and any other people viewing who aren't subbed. Yeah, I understand that. I'm not going to become an instant rich quick thing. That's not what I'm trying to do here. That was never my intention to try and become rich through this, or famous for that matter. Simply because I don't want to be the next big thing. I know some people might say go big or go home when starting something. I'm more the opposite, like aim small for a better chance of success. I'm the exact opposite of that. Like, you wouldn't go into your first acting audition with an attitude like, oh yeah, I'm going to become the next DiCaprio. Yeah, remind me how many people who just get started to acting become, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Excuse me. Get immense recognition like DiCaprio did? Or does, I should say. He's still an active actor. Yeah, I would say less than 1%. I'm not kidding about that. Like, how many people actually win Oscars, get all these accolades and stuff, when they come from humble beginnings or just start out as acting? How many people, like actors, have gone their entire lives without getting major recognition? No, Christopher Lee, from Lord of the Rings and all that stuff, he never even got any major award recognition. Was never even nominated for a Golden Globe, as far as I know. Also, Steve Buscemi is a very well-respected actor. I mean, granted, yes, he did win a Golden Globe for Boardwalk Empire, but he's never been nominated for an Oscar. Neither was Bill Paxton, who has since been deceased, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm not trying to become the next big thing, not at all. I mean, would I run ads if I do get approved for this? I probably would, but I would go overboard with them. No, that's not my intention at all. Plus, considering I'm disabled and rely on government assistance, I can't make that much money anyway. I did work 17 years part-time, but they were only for, that's the definition, part-time. I only worked a few hours each week. Because, again, you know how the governments are stingy if they can avoid giving out money? Obviously, they will, even if it's just for one person. So the way my benefits are set up, I can't make more than like like $300 or $400 each month. I'm not kidding. If I make too much money, they'll just cut me off, saying, "Oh, well, you're obviously capable of working, so we're not going to give you any more money." It's not so much the money to give me either; it's the fact that I get full healthcare coverage, Medicare and Medicaid, no copays. And no, I'm not kidding about that. I do have full Medicare and Medicaid coverage. Don't pay anything for it. Never pay any copays. And considering all the physical ailments I suffer from all the time, like type 2 diabetes and sleep apnea, yeah, I need that coverage. You know how expensive doctor appointments are? Or like all the meds and all the supplies I need? It's staggering. I would have been in the poorhouse like decades ago if I didn't have this coverage. Henceforth, it's not my goal to make money. It's also why I'm able to record so much, simply because I don't work. I stopped working in 2018, so pretty much every day I have like the freedom to do whatever the hell I want. Yeah, sure, I spend like some of the day running errands and stuff, going out. What about friends? Well, believe it or not, guys, I have no friends. The neighborhood I grew up in, I moved away from when my mother remarried. So yeah, everyone who I was familiar with has been left behind. And no, I didn't keep in touch with anybody. Although that being said, like I would say half of people who grew up in the community like move out and don't stay in that community for the rest of their lives. So yeah, whatever. So yeah, I have no friends to interact with. Well, family. Well, family is a different issue. The only people I really interact with family-wise is my sister's side of the family. Yeah, she is married and has 2 kids. I sometimes go out to meals with her. I do like run errands with her, like doing favors for her. Aside from that, I don't really interact with many family members. Although my family is very like widespread, because again, I'm adopted. My adopted parents split; they both remarried. Though my father ended up getting divorced again, my mother stayed married. So there's a whole huge branching family tree regarding my family, distant family, coast family, whatever you want to call it. Although at the moment, yeah, I'm not really interacting with any of them. Simply because, the whole pandemic thing. We're all busy, we're all stressed for time and all that shit. So yeah, there are a lot of relatives I am close with. I mean, I don't like to think I'm on bad terms with any of my relatives. I really don't want to be that kind of person that's just shunned by everybody. But at the same time, I don't really get to see many of them at all. It's unfortunate, but something I can do about it at the moment. So yeah, point is, I'm not doing this for money. If I do get approved for monetization after crossing that 1,000 sub threshold, fine, so be it. I probably like run maybe one ad, or one or two ads maximum in each video. It's not my goal to make money. And plus, even if I did do that for like my 3,000 videos, yeah, I'm not gonna make that much. I'm pretty sure I read that it's once the ad revenue reaches like $100, you get a check in the mail or something. But I have to report the check as income if it comes through on my name, right? So it's not my goal to make money. Would I like to attract a bit more attention? Sure, absolutely. But nothing too big, you know? Like how Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, for example, deal with all like the tens of millions of followers they have no idea. Because obviously they can't like respond to every comment. If you go to any one of their videos, they sometimes get thousands or even tens of thousands of comments. And how many of those comments are like disrespectful or spamming or trolling, right? If I had anything like Mark or Sean had, I'd feel overwhelmed as fuck. I'm telling you that right now. I wouldn't be able to handle the pressure. Not to mention, the bigger you are, the more likely you are to attract negative attention. Like, I'm sure you know the whole thing where Jacksepticeye said his father... Come on, I'm doing something. Put her down. So he's yelling? Alright. Okay, I know you can't see that, guys, but no. It's a whole nother issue. Remember the last channel update video I did where I talked about a family member in a bad health situation? Well, it's still ongoing. They did have surgery, and unfortunately, they're like having immense anxiety over it. So whenever they feel like in pain from like fallout from having surgery, right? It was major surgery. He was put under with anesthesia, and he was operated on. Well, he just goes to these fits where he just starts crying like immensely, thinking it's the end of the world, or he starts screaming his head off, saying like I shouldn't have had the operation or whatever. Yeah, it does stress me out a bit. The only reason I'm bringing that up is because we have a dog, right? You've seen my dog before, and when he starts screaming or gets upset, she goes into a barking frenzy, and it just makes him even more upset. So my mother just dropped off the puppy in my room to keep her from barking. This has been ongoing for about 3 months now. He had the surgery about a month or two ago, and now he's just still in pain and stuff. It's just very irritating to deal with, very frustrating to deal with, because when he screams like a banshee, it stresses me out. Which is also another reason I haven't been able to do that much in terms of recording lately. I don't want to hear, like, for instance, the amount he screams, like, you could hear it from my mic from if I was recording. And obviously, I don't want that to be heard when I'm doing something that's supposed to be enjoyable. Like, many of you will probably panic thinking something's wrong. Like, rather, he's not being violent or anything. He's just very loud and verbal, and it just really stresses me out to hear him go on these, like, verbal fits of rampage. I don't know what else I could do about it. So yeah, that was the issue I was talking about in the last update video. It's still not resolved. Hopefully things will work out, although it's still ongoing. I don't know yet. But back to the growth strategies. Like, what can I do differently? I am trying to figure that out. I feel the thumbnails are decent enough. Like I said, I feel the titles are decent enough. People are viewing them. They are watching the videos. Which brings back the question, why don't people subscribe? Again, I can't force people to subscribe. I don't want to tell people to subscribe because I find that cringy. So I don't know, sort of at a standstill here. Which is pretty much the focus for making this video. What can I do differently, guys? I really like to know. I am trying to be more charismatic with the way I act. Obviously, I'm not going to go full-blown eccentric or anything like Mark or Sean, but I do feel I can improve on being more charismatic, definitely. Like, if you guys heard of Galm, Galm, he's another gaming channel I really like. He tends to be more on the calm side as well. When things start, when like the shit hits the fan regarding like a game he's doing, he will act really bonkers in response. Now, I wouldn't say very bonkers, but like bonkers enough. And I really feel I want to be more like that. Of course, if I'm playing something very slow paced, yeah, I'm not going to go bonkers, but I would like to act a bit more energetic when these things happen. It's something I'm working on. You can't just like flip a switch and suddenly be able to act differently, you know? But you guys saw in the analytics, people are watching, people are clicking on my content, they're viewing it for quite a long period. As for why I'm not as good as I am, or big as I should be, I won't say as I should be. When you think about it, I'm grateful to have any amount of support. Because again, I went to this channel with zero following. Zero following. I managed to grow into this what it is now. And I have seen other channels too that make good content, but they don't get the recognition that I feel they should get. It's unfortunate. Also considering I am a gaming channel, like I said, gaming is very oversaturated. There's just way too many people doing these gaming Let's Plays, so it's pretty much impossible to stand out amongst the crowd. Doesn't matter what you do. Like, let's see. When The Last of Us Part 2 came out, I actually stayed up pretty late to play it as soon as it launched digitally at midnight. Yeah, I don't stand any chance of growing with that game. Of course, all the major players, all the like bigger gamers, they pretty much have a monopoly on these types of things, if assuming it's something they want to cover. So was I trying to grow with Last of Us Part 2? Absolutely not. I played Last of Us Part 2 on launch day, reserved it, played the whole thing because I really liked the game. Yeah, obviously I liked the predecessor as well, which is really what prompted me to like the second one, or buy the second one. I played the whole thing. Of course, I do feel the hate towards that game is very unwarranted, especially giving Neil Druckmann and Laura Bailey death threats over it. That's just not only is that petty, that's fucking psychotic, people. Don't do that, alright? But yeah. Any strategies, any like things I could do better, guys, I would like to know about it. Because again, if there is something I'm doing that people find distasteful and they just unsub on me, that doesn't really tell me what I'm doing wrong that people are not liking. And I can't stop doing it if I don't know what it is, right? I mean, maybe it's not nothing malicious. Maybe it's just that people just got tired of me. I'm not playing the type of games they want. I don't know what there is to say about that because I'm not really getting any like comments regarding what I'm doing that's so negative. I mean, I did attract negative attention a while back from people on Reddit, which is why I deleted my Reddit account, by the way. I am never using Reddit again. I still am active on Twitter sometimes. I am a bit volatile on Twitter. But in my defense, I feel you have to be volatile to survive on Twitter. You can't just be down to earth and happy-go-lucky, because you'd just be torn to shreds in that regard. So that's why I am a bit more aggressive on Twitter. And plus, I don't associate Twitter with YouTube either. I don't post any updates there or anything. I just comment on whatever is trending. So I don't feel people would see that and just like hold it against me on YouTube because they're not connected at all. But again, there is something I can be doing better. I would like to know about it. But yeah, I understand my calm nature is not going to appeal to everybody. More people probably want to see the more eccentric types. That's why they'll go to the more eccentric gamers. But there is something I could do within the realms of my capabilities. I would like to know about it. I would like to improve. I'm always looking to improve, guys. So that's pretty much the basis of why I'm making this video. So at the moment, yeah, the two active series I have going now are both RPGs. I am working on them as best I can. Because not only like my relative driving me insane with his like ranting, I'm also feeling very tired again. I'm only getting like 4 or 5 hours of sleep each night. Why it's happening, I don't know. I do use a sleep apnea CPAP machine, and for whatever reason, I just keep waking up very early for no reason, and I can't go back to sleep. So that's also affecting my mood. Like, rest assured, guys, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up on this channel. I've been doing it for so long without any monetary gain, for that matter. I'm just doing it for fun at this point. If I never reach that 1,000 sub threshold, then so be it. Would I like to? Yes, but if I don't, that's okay too, alright? I think that's all I have to say on the matter. Because again, I did try doing this video before, but again, I went way off topic as usual. On this case, I do feel I stay on topic a bit better, so I'll probably upload this version of me talking. So yeah, any ideas, thoughts, suggestions, please leave them down below. And that's all I gotta say on the matter. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you soon.